Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage a representative from Snapsight.
Hey, hi everyone. This is Vamshi. I'm from Snapsight. I'm the managing director of Snapsight. I am here today to talk about the problem that we are dealing with right now, information overload. And then we are in an era where we have the technology which can process large amounts of information and give us great insights. And I really want to show what is that we are doing and how is that we are actually doing it. Before that, let me take a step back. When ChatGPT got launched, maybe around 1.5 years back, almost 2 years back, the context length of that model used to be 4,000 tokens. That means it used to be maybe a 5-page document, 10-page document. If you want to process 1 hour of video, you need to chunk it into multiple pieces and then process it. And now from that 4,000 tokens, we are in a place where we have 2 million tokens as a context, which means it can consume full books. And then that also means that we are seeing that becoming a common feature, not something very different. And I can officially say that large language models have crossed the insights threshold. That is not just because of the context length, but also regarding the tool using capability. One of the greatest products that we have access to right now is OpenAI's deep research. When given a query, that will be able to go through 20, 30 and sometimes even 100 sources to create an insights document for you. And then that is not a specialty anymore. Google has their own deep research. And just a few days back, Perplexity Labs launched their own deep research where it can actually go through maybe 100 plus resources to put together one insights document. And that will be able to provide you Python dashboards, create multiple kind of qualitative plus quantitative analysis as well. So we can officially say that large language models are now in a commoditized way can actually process large amounts of content and get you great insights, and which is a place where we have a lot of content. One thing is right here at this event, there is so much content that is being created, as in there are panel discussions going on in each stage, there are keynote sessions, and in each exhibitor booth you are seeing that people are speaking, and then there is this demo stage. There is huge amount of content that is being created, and for anyone to know what is going on related to national AI policy or something related to this is the freshest domain expertise that you can get in the world. But the problem is there are 95 sessions going on in just around 3 stages over next 3 days. Nobody will be able to go into every single session, or they'll not be able to take full advantage of the whole content that is getting created here. Based on some of the surveys that we have conducted internally, 80% of the content that is created in event is never used. And then they have tried video on demand. Video on demand is like getting all of those 100 sessions recorded and then putting them up in a website like Netflix. So 100 sessions or 100 plus sessions is almost equal to 10 seasons of Game of Thrones. People will not go back and watch all of that content. So that content is essentially going waste. That's why you'll see that there is less than 5% VOD replay rate. And then if some event organizer or somebody is hell-bent on using that, what they'll do is they'll take around 3 to 4 weeks to repurpose that, because they need to get the video, they need to transcribe it, and then use some tool like ChatGPT or something to create an insight. That is where we step in, and we have developed a platform which will actually summarize everything in real time. What Snapsight does is Snapsight will be able to consume every single session going on at this particular event and then deliver value in real time. We are actually capturing 95 sessions going on at this event, and then with a simple scan of a QR code, you will be able to get the summaries of those sessions in real time. that is what is being what do you say, when you want to see that when you have been to a good event where AI is not just being talked about but they're really using it, that is this event. And to just give you an example on how it looks, imagine a speaker like me speaking on stage. We'll be able to connect to the stage audio, and then we can generate key takeaways, idea cloud, that is a cluster of topics, and then we'll be able to give you a summary as well. Here's a quick video on how it gets done. You'll be able to see the takeaways. You can get an idea cloud, which are the key topics that they have discussed, and you can dig deep into it to see who spoke what as well. So you will be able to go, so that whole content, 1 hour content, is being summarized and condensed into bite-sized pieces that you can immediately consume. And we made the whole experience also much better. You can either scan a QR code, there is an embedding in the mobile application, and you will be able to get a PDF report of that particular insights as well. And then one of the main step is that we need to make that happen in a very smoother manner. We cannot actually add to more equipment that this event already has. So what we are doing is we are trying to make that process in a agentic way so that you will be able to see something completely different. And we are providing support to 75 plus languages so that at any single event the whole content becomes instantly more accessible, serving to different kinds of users as well. We have been deploying Snapsight across the world. So far we have done more than 400 events, and we have captured more than 5,000 hours of content to really see what are the key insights and everything that we'll be able to do. Yeah, so here are some of the clients that we have worked on. But yeah, this is where I want to bring back the concept of deep research which I bought. Now, at a given event, there are 95 hours worth of content. And the previous problem was just to get to that content, you need to take 3 to 4 weeks because you need to record the content, transcribe it, and then keep it somewhere. And then if somebody wants to do an analysis on it, if they want to see what are the key topics or anything like that, they need to go through this whole painful process of 3 to 4 weeks. But now that we have solved the problem, we are doing summaries. So for every single session in this event, we have a summary, we have a transcript, we have which topics they have talked and all of that. That means we'll be able to do something different. We'll be able to transform this content into a competitive edge. We can do a deep research on that content. Instead of making it a 10-season watching marathon, you can actually make a large language model consume that information. That can do an analysis. And here, to just show you the process, we are capturing every single session and then we run it through our proprietary agentic model, which can consume from 20 sessions to almost 500 to 600 sessions as well. So that means I'll give you a quick example. Tech Week Singapore is an event that we usually work with. They have actually captured 450 sessions over 4 days. What we have done is we have worked with them to consume that content, do an analysis, and give them separate final kind of outputs, not just summaries. With once you realize the possibility that you have access to 100 hours of content, 200 hours of content, then you will actually be able to see what are the different kinds of intelligence outputs that you can create from an event. Yes, coming to an event is good, talking to various kind of, going to some sessions, talking to exhibitors is fine. But what if you could take advantage of all the content that is being put together right here? That can be the source of an industry level report. If you actually go to maybe 5-6 events like this across the whole year, you can actually have the content to publish something like artificial intelligence on a policy level state report. And maybe for an individual event like this, there can be an event proceeding which can be generated in 1 day max. So for the whole event, we'll be able to consume all of that, and then we'll be able to deliver that kind of strategic insights. And from an attendee point of view, when you want to go back to your organization to say, hey, this is what I've learned from this particular event, you previously need to rely on your particular notes, but now we have synthesized information. We have summary for every single session. We have a report which took care of all the sessions, consumed everything, and then created a strategic insights report for you. And then for whoever is owning this content, they can get an analysis on what are the key topics which are being spoken, what topics are attendees liking, what topics they are not liking, based on the data from the content sessions, who made it, who didn't make it, and all of that. They'll be able to better plan their events, and they'll be able to make use of that content in a much better way. And then we wanted to take it a bit further, and then this is a product that is in the beta phase right now. We call it Snapsight Premium. Let's go back to the specific example of Tech Week Singapore, where I mentioned there are 450 sessions. You will not be able to read even 450 summaries also, right? It is actually very difficult to read 450 summaries. So here what we are trying to do is we are doing an attempt at mass personalization. What if we can take all of that content and then get some basic details from you, as in what is your job role, what is your company, what are the key goals for you to get from this content. We can generate personalized insights reports for every single attendee. We actually did that at Tech Week Singapore, which was more than 20,000 attendees. So 450 sessions being customized into 20,000 attendees. That is mass personalization at scale. Here, like when you go into the content, there are specific types of intelligences we have defined. There are opportunities, sentiments. When you go into each sentiment, you can see that by seeing which session we got this sentiment, we'll be able to do a detailed analysis. And for you as a C-level executive, or doing some research, or going to an event to really know the pulse, you can actually go and check which topics are trending, which topics are not trending, and which company did what kind of announcement, and what are the new partnerships that this event has seen. You will be able to access all of that content just by using Snapsight Premium, and that is the kind of mass personalization that we are doing an attempt at. And then I want to maybe do an extension of this a bit further. You can get a summary for an individual session. You can get a summary or a strategic insights report for a whole event. But what you can also do is, from all the content that you are generating, you will be able to get deeper insights. There is a space for content intelligence layer in organizations who create a lot of content, whether that is events, your marketing, your sales team, any kind of data or the content that you are creating, that you are participating in, can go into that particular content intelligence layer and give you the context that you need. This content intelligence layer can actually be the context of any large language model that you are using, whether that is Claude or whether that is OpenAI. We can do an MCP to get that context into the large language model, so the model exactly knows what is that we are referring to, and the content from these kind of events that we are here today can form a real-time layer for it to know what is happening right now as well, what is the discourse about and everything. One good example that I can give is we are working with Routers, where they have 75 plus annual events with more than 7,500 sessions. And then they want to support 60 plus languages because they are serving a wide group of audience. And with that, we were able to provide them real-time takeaways, real-time summaries, and event-wise report, and do a topic or theme analysis where they can plan their next event. And yeah, so I wanted to show the new possibilities and what we can do with the content. Okay. Not working. Okay, cool. You can scan this QR code to connect me, which is not coming anything. But yeah, you can scan this QR code to connect with me and maybe talk about content intelligence layer and where you see its application in your organization. Thank you.